Morning view from Rowarden Hotel. We are in search of the morning breakfast. Good morning. It is, what time is it? Sorry, 8:30. We are walking out of Rowarden. We have another 15 miles today to go to Inverarnon. We're staying at the Glass campsite. They have ensuite rooms as well with bedding and linens and everything. So that's where we will be staying. And it's a lovely morning. We got up and walked to breakfast at the Klansman at 7 a.m. and it was nice and cool. It's definitely warmer now that the sun is higher. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today, so a little bit warmer than yesterday. My feet and my right ankle are a little bit sore, but I feel okay. I'll just take it slow. And we don't have any real sustained elevation today, just a lot of little ups and downs, which totals about 1,800 feet. But we don't have like a big climb or a big descent like yesterday. But we have heard that after the Inversnaid Hotel, which is where we're planning on stopping for lunch, that it is 3 to 4 miles of very difficult terrain. It's not a lot of, elevation gain or anything, but some scrambling on boulders and a lot of roots and just uneven ground where you just have to concentrate a lot and focus on every single step. So that'll be an afternoon challenge. And speaking of lunch, I don't know what we're doing for lunch. There's a little shop in Rowarden that had takeaway sandwiches, but in 4 hours when we actually get to eat them and it's been 80 degrees all day, I just didn't want to really get a refrigerated sandwich. So we'll probably eat some snacks. We've heard that at the Inversnaid they have a walker's room where you can eat whatever, but that they also have a bar that oftentimes offers snacks like scones and maybe even sandwiches. So we're hoping they'll have even just like a toasty. We'll see. If not, we have snacks and just be a little bit hungry today, but no other options along the way. So yeah, we are on the way to Inversnaid, which is 8 miles from here. And I don't know, I hope we can get there in 4 hours. We'll see. That would get us there at 12:30 for lunch and would put us at a little bit over halfway for the day, which is, it's nice to be a little bit more than halfway done at the lunch stop. So anyways, do you have anything to report?
Nope.
Okay. All right, we'll see you along the way. Here's the famous Ben's Bakes Honesty Box. I'm gonna go and check it out. See what's in here. We're going up here?
Oh, are we? I don't know. I was just looking at the sign.
Ptarmigan.
I think we keep going that way.
Okay. Oh, Ptarmigan Path.
Yeah, we're going to keep going this way.
Okay, yeah, this way. All right, we've reached the junction with the high and low route, and we are going to go on the high route because it's a little bit smoother on the feet. Okay, so we know that the low route is the traditional West Highland Way. And really, it's not even a 3-mile stretch of the high versus the low. So it's a small fraction of the amount of time we'll spend next to the lake today, next to the loch. But we decided to do the high route because you kind of get, as a lot of people said, the best of both worlds, where you get to walk through the woods, which we enjoy living in the Pacific Northwest in the US. We heard that maybe there are some waterfalls along this route, and it's just smoother on the feet. And since my feet are sore and my ankles sore, I kind of want to save my effort there for the part of the low route that we have to do at the end of this, and especially after Inversnaid. So I know everyone gets to make their choice, and this is our choice. Okay, we just sat and had a little break for about 15 minutes. And now we're on the move again. It's 10:30. We have already gone 4.2 miles, which is good time for me because I'm slow and my feet are hurting today. And we've got less than a mile left of this high route alternate. And honestly, the whole thing is like an hour long. So it's really only an hour's worth of hiking. And we have 3.8 miles to Inversnaid, the hotel there where we will be stopping. So I'm hopeful that I can make it all the way there without another break, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Here's the view. We have a little bit more up in this tiny little bit, and then we go down and meet the lower route in about 0.7, I think. And so far the upper route has been good. It's been shaded, which has been nice because, as I said yesterday, there's a heat wave here right now, so it's been nice and cool. There have been a lot of little water trickles, waterfalls off to the side. And earlier we could see the lake a lot more. Now we're a little bit further away from it, but so yeah, I'm happy with my choice. The footbed has been pretty good. There was like a section we just did that felt harder. It was kind of hurting my feet more. But I think this is good. And then at lunch, we'll take a long rest, take some ibuprofen, and then tackle the 7 miles in the afternoon of the boulders and the routes from Inversnaid to Inverarnon. We have rejoined the low route. Well, actually, it has rejoined us. We have reached the hot and humid and overgrown portion of the trail. Well, we just walked through a bunch of ferns that were basically in the trail. This has cleared up here, but we are less than 2 miles from Inversnaid, and you'd think getting closer down to the water might be cooler, breezy. Nope, it's hotter. Hotter and more stagnant. All right, we've made it to Inversnaid. Okie dokie. We stayed at the Inversnaid hotel. They have a little walker's room that connects to the bar, and they had a full lunch menu, which was awesome. I was not sure if they were going to have lunch based on the comments on Far Out, but we took a chance, and they did. Got a burger and fries, and it was air conditioned in there, which was amazing. And then we sat outside for a bit, took some ibuprofen, rolled out my feet, and now we're back on the trail. So we have 3.2 miles along the lake of, I think, scrambling and difficult, slow going, and then another 3.5 miles to Beinglass Farm. So we're more than halfway through the day, but I think this afternoon's going to be slow going. Weird thing, sitting under the tree in the shade outside of the Inversnate after we ate, the weather felt perfect and awesome. I think it's just when you get up by these trees and everything, and obviously you're moving and exerting, it just starts to feel really hot and humid. But when you're not doing that, it actually feels quite nice outside. So anyways, fingers crossed that the ibuprofen kicks in and that my feet will be okay for a few more hours or so. Rock scramble.
I'm a little bit worried about my shoe because this hole is growing very quickly and I don't have my gear repair kit with duct tape to put a piece of tape on it. So maybe the campground we're going to tonight has some. That'd be great. Oh, we're back to the ferns, trying to be our friends. I think with the sun and the humidity and the fact that there's no breeze, it actually feels like we're hiking in like Florida and not Scotland. Very surprising. Whew, we are a third of the way through this tough 3-mile section, and it's been okay so far. I mean, there have definitely been non-bouldery stretches where we can make up some mileage, but it is really slow going, especially when you have to climb up and down big rocks. So we've got 2 more miles until the delta streams, and then this rocky, rooty, scrambly section will be over, and we will take a nice break. We finally found some breeze under this beautiful oak tree. We have half a mile left of the boulders and the rocks and the roots. Whew, slow going. We have been going for 2 hours now, and we've gone, what, 2.7 miles? Yeah. Oh, just climbed up this ladder. And now we have a bridge. Bugs are trying to be my friends. All right, we took about a 20-minute break, maybe 25 minutes, at the delta streams. It was really nice in the shade. And now we must carry on. It is almost 5 p.m. and we still have 3.5 miles to get to Inverarden. hopefully we will be there around 7. Not sure, just depends on the condition of the feet and the morale. I feel like we're starting to get into some new landscape, which is exciting, although this is directly in the sun, but it's all right. Beautiful to look at. Oh, that was a long, very hard 3.5 miles for me, but we made it to Buying Glass campsite. I may or may not have cried about 4 times, but here we are. All right, I'm gonna close out day 3. That was hard. Yeah, the last 3.5 miles were really a challenge because my body was ready to be done. Basically, my feet are just hurting a lot. But even just with my sandals on and walking around this campsite, they feel okay right now. So I don't know. I just need to be, I guess, taking ibuprofen more often. Although I did take it twice today, and I feel like the second dose, I didn't really feel the effects. But anyways, we're at the Buying Glass campsite, and it is lovely. There are tents and lodges, and there was a bar, so I had pasta carbonara for dinner, which was awesome. I've just been like wanting carbs at the end of the day because I'm burning so much from hiking for so many hours. And they have laundry, so Erin is down there loading our laundry in, and they also have a dryer, which is awesome. Get our things nice and dry before tomorrow. And yeah, it's just a really nice summer evening now that the sun has gone down behind a mountain or a hilltop that is over across the way. It has cooled off, which feels really nice. So we're just going to enjoy the evening and try to get a good night's rest. And tomorrow on the agenda, we will tackle 12 more miles. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.